Oh yes. Oh yes, 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 yes. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get the conspiracy juices flowing again. For the first time in ages. For us, the Overwatch community. Finally, we get something to go on. Finally, something is happening. Ladies and gentlemen, something is happening for Overwatch. What is up, lads? It's CMG here. Look at this. Look at this. What is this exactly? This is a letter from Asa Yamagami to her supposed husband, Toshiro Yamagami. So why is this interesting to me? Why is it interesting for the Overwatch community? Well, allow me to fill you in on what has been going on. Now, if you remember back in December, there was actually a drop for a new map, a new deathmatch map, simply known as Kanezaka. Now, I was actually going to do a video talking about Kanezaka, but unfortunately it was around Christmas time, you know, family commitments, couldn't really do it. But yeah, I wasn't able to sort of like get some time to do a video and talk about the actual map Kanezaka. However, the PC players have been able to get their hands on Kanezaka because obviously it's been on the PTR, so people have been able to run around the map and have a look at some things. You know, the cat cafe. There's also a piece of graffiti on the wall that gives a few clues as to what could be a potential new hero in Overwatch. I say that very, very loosely. I know that Jeff Kaplan has already said there's no more heroes for Overwatch 1. So this could be a new hero for Overwatch 2, whenever that may be coming out. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at this transcript, which could hinder a few clues as to what this new hero could be. Now, this is Asa Yamagami. Now, this is in connection with the Shimada clan from Hanamura. Now, there is a connection between Kanezaka and Hanamura. If you've actually been on the map already, if you're a PC player, you'll obviously know that Hanamura is actually a few levitations above Kanezaka, which is at the bottom. Yeah, this actually gives out a few like lore-inspired things that could give us a few ideas as to what this area could be, what it could be, and what is the connection between this map and a potential new hero. A lot of people have been saying a fox hero with a blade or a sword. So yeah, what this is a Japanese transcript. This is a letter that's been sent by Asa Yamagami to her husband, who is a blacksmith that makes blades or something. Alright, so there's the English transcription here. I'm going to see if I can try and get through this really quickly. I might butcher a few names in this, although it may help that I've been watching a lot of anime. I'm a huge fan of anime, so I might be able to perfect the Japanese names. Who knows? Maybe, I don't know. But let's see. So let's read this and let's try and get some idea of what's been going on, or what is going on. So, right, let's start reading this now. So, Heike Toshiro, beloved husband. So, yeah, Asa Yamagami is Toshiro's wife? Yeah, Toshiro Yamagami. Okay. The cherry blossoms are in glorious bloom after a gentle winter. Soft clouds of pink against the green trees on the hillside. The season returns me to the winter day when the Hashimoto took you away from us. When snowflakes fell as the petals do now. So, it seems to me that Toshiro's been kidnapped by a new faction, possibly. Strange that we're so close, yet we can visit you only when our current masters wish it. I hope they value your work enough to bring us together soon. Our daughter appreciated your recent gift. What gift? Could it be a blade? Could the daughter become the new hero? Who knows? Though I pray the blades you forge for the Hashimoto aren't nearly so sharp. That what you craft for them is only equal to their sordid selves. The forge of Yamagami blades remains locked up tight, and since we last saw you in the autumn, we have moved into the upper level. It helps us feel close to you in many ways. In other ways, I feel your absence even more keenly. The musical hammering of the hot tamahagane, the song of the steel, is missing from this place. So is your own voice. Your singing to the sword as you brushed it with Yakubatsushi. I think that's the name of the tool that he used to create the blade. And the crackle of the fire when the blade hit the forge, and the hiss as it cooled in the water. Sometimes I think I hear you there, yet it's always only the wind. So yeah, I think Toshiro did get captured, and this is like a transcript to say that, you know, his wife definitely misses him. But I will not linger here, for as winter leads to spring, let me write a letter of lightness, a warm breeze, bearing drifting blossoms. Perhaps it will grant us both a little peace, even as I turn my blade to keep the peace here from shattering altogether. Many things remain unchanged, of course, in these 8 years since your last trip home. You will doubtless be pleased to hear that Ichiko refuses to change the family recipe at Gozan Ramen, and the black garlic oil is as delicious as ever. It was crowded today, as many have come to celebrate the cherry blossoms. Now, these areas, by the way, as I read this, you'll probably have seen this as you go into the actual Kanezaka map itself. I mean, I've not been on the map. I haven't really played on it. You know, I'm not a PC player, so yeah. If you have been playing on that map, or you've been looking at it and walking around, you kind of like recognize the names of these actual places. Yui's dog Mochi is getting on in years, but his likeness still spins on the sign of the pottery school. Most of our favourite places are kept alive thanks to the tourists who delight in visiting quaint old towns such as ours. They eat ice cream from the Cat Cafe. Yeah, it's another place that you can go into the actual map. And burn their yen at the arcade or the new shopping mall that you have yet to behold. Then, happy with their souvenirs, these days visitors skitter back into the train before nightfall, when the lanterns flicker to life and the Hashimoto pound on closed shop doors, taking their share of what is earned by the labour of others and funneling it up to their betters, though through the aptly named Tora no Somika. Shimada Castle. Now, you know this place. It's on Hanamura. So if I remember what I said before about Hanamura being a few levitations below Kuzunika. Is that the name of the place? I can't remember the name of the place! Shimada Castle still sits high in its place of glory, overlooking our city like a stalwart stone temple, awaiting a benevolent deity. You and I would know well enough, we two who make and wield the sword, that while their castle was indeed a strong stone, the Shimada were no gods, but people and criminals at that. But the Shimada understood that honour and loyalty forged the strongest bond between ruler and ruled. Now then, I'm going to pause it here because I believe there is some lore about the Shimada clan. So there's going to be some more information regarding both Hanzo and Genji. So who is his daughter? Is this supposed to be like the daughter that's being mentioned here? I think this is some female character that we're going to get who has some affiliation with foxes and can wield a blade that isn't a Genji blade. You know when Genji uses his ultimate, he takes out his Genji blade and starts slashing. Well, maybe this character that we're talking about, the daughter of Asa and Toshiro, we could have a DPS character where she can flank, but she's always using a blade, and she's a DPS. So could this be a first melee DPS? Have we got one of them before? I don't think we have. No, we haven't. Huh. Interesting. Lately, the Shimada have consumed my idle thoughts. They asked much of those who followed them, but they inspired us to give it, and in return the Shimada clan led with integrity and treated us with respect. As you know, my mother and hers, before her, were honoured to tend the Fox Shrine, far from the clamour of town. But when it was clear my soul longed for the sword and I excelled at Kenjutsu, the Shimada chose me over all others as their swordmaster. They knew that Kanezaka, that's the name of the place, Kanezaka, you idiot. Trust me for forgetting the name of the bloody map. Kanezaka was not just the seat of their power, it was their home, and ours too. But where the Shimada gave, the Hashimoto take. After all, but hang on a minute, is the Hashimoto the antagonists and the Shimada clan the protagonists here? I don't know. It's kind of confusing. After all, when one has many homes, one has none, and the Hashimoto clan claws at nearly every city in this nation. We are nothing special to them. One day, they will drink us dry and move on, leaving us empty and broken. Even now, some 12 years on, I see the mark they have left on our city. I regret that. Even though the old part of Kanezaka appears outwardly unchanged, it has suffered under the cruel hand of the Hashimoto. Yeah, so Hashimoto clan is a new faction. So yeah, a new faction in Overwatch, seemingly. And they're the antagonists. So they're the antagonists to the Shimada clan. Right? I don't know. Yeah, so I stand as this. Yeah, so Kanezaka appears like will change under Hashimoto. Our view of the motherly mountain now encompasses the jut and arrogance of skyscrapers and neon, not the warm comfort of wood and wind and stone as it once did. I stand, as Kanezaka itself does, between the old ways of the mountain and the Shimada and the new, sharp, hard ways of the city and the Hashimoto. We both know that the Hashimoto have you in their care, not only for your skills, but also to keep me in my place, to ensure that I do not falter in their charge to keep peace in the city. Okay, so maybe they're not the antagonists then. So what, are they looking after Toshiro? I have absolutely no idea. To keep peace in the city among these people whom I respect so much, I will obey our current masters, for to do anything else will put both you and our friends here at risk. I had hoped that over time the Hashimoto would grow lazy, that they would see what we are, an honest people whom they need not oppress. Not even the most faithful dog could take such a beating without biting back, and the people of Kanezaka are great at heart. We are being worn down, the demands upon the populace are increasing, and tempers are rising. Missed payments are met with more vicious abuses, and now someone has given the Hashimoto further reason for anger. Well, so there's a little bit of unrest in Kanezaka then, according to this. Over the last few months, shipments of Hashimoto contraband have gone missing. Their men have been badly beaten or robbed when returning from their rounds. Perhaps most boldly of all, messages painted in bright, conspicuous colours have started to appear, though they are quickly painted over. So maybe the Shimada clan are the antagonists then. I don't know. It's weird. But then what is this whole thing with Hanzo? What is he? Is he a protagonist? Is he an antagonist? Is he anywhere in between? It's kind of interesting. Those fools are not so subtly thrown in Nen. What? In Nen at the Hashimoto, and their cats are received as well as you would expect. These vigilantes think to rise strong against a tide of violence. Instead, they strike fast and hide faster, while the good people of Kanezaka take their penance, and so my job to keep our own people, our friends, in submission has become both more delicate and more vital with each passing day. There are moments when I can scarce believe the world in which I walk now. You making beautiful work for undeserving pigs. So who is that? The Shimada clan. Right, okay. Forced... who trained the scions of Sojiro Shimada, forced to turn my swordmaster's blade against my own. The children of this town growing to adulthood, if you're American, with only the brutal, thoughtless Hashimoto to determine what is good or bad. Our daughter, among them, it is dangerous in this city now. Yeah, so I would assume that this blade that Asa Yamagami has passed on down to her daughter, who is the new hero, I believe. So, yeah, Blizzard do this. Don't they? They tend to throw us off with what could possibly be the hero. Now, when you read this, you're probably thinking, so who's the new hero? Is it Asa Yamagami? Well, not according to this. Well, yeah, Overwatch or Blizzard tend to throw people off. You know, I think it's the daughter. Remember when we had that Baptiste teaser, when we had the little transcript on the little email when it was talking about Baptiste? It wasn't technically Baptiste writing the email, it was somebody else. So, yeah, that's what Blizzard tend to do. They tend to throw people off as to who the hero might be. It's definitely not Asa Yamagami. I think that's the mother who's writing this. But the person, the daughter of said family, is definitely the hero, who is a fox hero who has a blade, who comes from Kanezaka, I believe. I will walk through Kanezaka today, not simply to imagine you walking beside me or to greet our neighbours. I have made an offering to take the Tetsuzan shrine of my ancestors, a bowl coated with brilliant blue-green yuyaku from the pottery school, into which Ishiko has ladled a splash of dashi. Is that supposed to say dashi? A rice ball from our neighbor from Kenta, a piece of red bean mochi, our daughter's favorite. So we found out who their daughter's favorite dish is. To all this, I've added a generous pour of sake. I may have poured a small cup for myself as well. I will ask the fox spirit for strength to continue this fight and for wisdom for myself and for all of us. Then after sunset, I will take the sword that you gave me so long ago at our Ueno and patrol... Wait, you gave me so long ago at our Ueno and patrol the streets of this place that both fills my heart and breaks it. I will find these self-appointed guardians who, if not deterred from this path, may be the spark of a misguided and deadly fire that will consume us all. May you and I both be as your blades are, strong and sharp. Obey the Hashimoto as I must, and give them the outward show of respect, even if you cannot give true respect a home in your heart. I will close on the lighter note that I promised and say that I know if you were here, you would remind me. The Kitsune can change your luck with a flick of even one of her tails. May she flick all 9 of them and send such much needed good fortune our way. Kashiko. Asa. Alright, so interesting developments in the world of Kanezaka, Overwatch, all this good stuff. This is really interesting. Okay, for the first part of this, I believe this is not steering up hype for a new hero. Yes, it's talking about a potential daughter. Yes, it's talking about a blade. But I believe this is the beginning of a new map. Well, this is the start of the opening. Well, I think what this is tomorrow, I think Overwatch is going to bring out Kanezaka as a new map. We're going to get loads of different bits and pieces. We've already got the lore for it. It's going to steer ourselves towards a potential new hero. Could it be for Overwatch? I don't know. Maybe Blizzard have changed their mind into potentially offering us maybe a new hero, at least. Because I know that Jeff Kaplan said in an interview with Stylosa a few months ago, said that there was going to be no more heroes for Overwatch after Echo. That was until now, where we've got this, and now we're thinking, well, is this new daughter for the Yamagami, whatever it may be, where she's going to be a new hero in Overwatch or Overwatch 2? It's kind of interesting to see what's going to happen. Because, well, we kind of like need new stuff. And it's disappointing that, you know, Overwatch have said, well, nothing's going to happen this year into 2020. Suddenly there's nothing happened. And now we've got like this little bit of information that we need, kind of, because we kind of like need a few bits and pieces, you know, from maps and heroes and what have you. We kind of like need to know what about Overwatch 2. Yeah, so there's that. Yeah, there's so many things, guys. There's so many things. But yeah, let me know what you think about all this, because this is really interesting. I think what's going to happen is we're going to get Kanezaka as a new map maybe tomorrow. That'll go live. We'll be able to play that. And yeah. And then we'll start seeing all these new things come out in terms of what could potentially be a new hero for for Overwatch 1, maybe Overwatch 2. Look, nobody knows. The only thing we know is this. So make of it what you will. I'm sure there'll be more things coming out sooner rather than later, I would have thought. But yeah, let's find out what happens. Anyway, I've been going on for way too long, guys. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. If you did enjoy the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at ChrisMarler9. Check me out on all of my social medias. That'll be in the description box down below. Check me out on my Discord server as well, and click on that notification bell if you want to be updated with any videos that I intend to do in the future. Have a great day, have a great life, be nice to your fellow gamers, because we're all human beings. I've been CMG, and until the next video, I shall see you later. Peace.